Hey everyone, this is Drew Perry with the 2023 Harvest Report. Just so everyone understands just how we're doing this harvest, everyone understands what the vintage is like. Every vintage is unique when it comes to growing wine here. If you look back, say 10 years ago, you have some years that were just epic. More heat than we really even need. And you would think just with the way the climate's trending that every year would just get hotter and hotter, but no, reality is it doesn't. Every year is just really unpredictable, and we have yet to have any two that I really see as being the same. This year, the trend has been, a lot of heat early with a little bit of a cool down, and then a nice increase right towards the finish. So what's been good about this vintage has been we got the heat when we needed it to get that growth going early on. And then in the middle of the summer, it's still retained. We had good growth. We had some good hot spells. There was a little bit of fluctuation, but fluctuation's okay. As we got a little bit further on, things did start to cool down towards the end of August, which got us a little bit nervous because we had such a good season prior to that. But thankfully, after those few weeks of a little bit of a cool down, we've started to really increase here and really started increasing the heat units. So we're sitting here at the end of September now, and it looks, according to the forecast, like we're just going to have a nice cruise right into harvest. So we should really be getting right to where we need to be in terms of flavor development, in terms of ripeness. This isn't going to be a year where we're really struggling. This is going to be a year where I think, from what I'm seeing, we're going to see just really expressive white wines. The reds, it's going to be interesting to see because it's going to be dependent on mid-October, but they have, endless amounts of hope, I would say, so far. Really what I'm looking forward to more than anything is going to be the new stuff. Things like the Chardonnay here at Aurora. This is going to be its first harvest, so I'm eager to see how it does. These are some new clones we've never worked with before. We have our old reliables like Blaufränkisch here behind me, and that always seems to come around right to where we need it to be. It's always hard to say if it's going to be a great red vintage or not, but what we know right now is that it'll definitely be a great white vintage. We really have yet to see about the red vintage because it's really dependent on the next, say, 3 weeks. That's sort of what determines, at least for me, what makes or breaks a great red vintage. But as of right now, the outlook is good, and we're excited. I'm ready to get started and get this thing underway. It's going to be a big year. So